right, friends, so this little spread takes quite the journey. I did start with my Heidi Swapp chapters, storyline chapters, scrapbooker insert. Well, that's a mouthful. And I had this idea that I was going to use my brayer, as you see here, and put some Distress Oxide ink on this page. I didn't put any gesso down. I didn't plan to add any water. I just wanted it to be some color. But I feel like at this point, I'm like, I don't know what to do. So I add water. I wanted it to be a little less bright. And I just worked and worked and worked and just did not like how this went. I felt like the color was distracting from the idea of what I wanted to accomplish here on this page. And so you'll see me work through this quite a bit. I cut the paper. This is Vicki Boutin. I believe this is the Color Kaleidoscope collection. Yeah. So you see me get that striped paper and measure it and cut it and rip it and get it all ready for this side. I go through all of this. I end up using this, but the background will totally take a switch. So I used my Tim Holtz edge distresser on the edges of this paper and all the papers here to add a little torn element. I think I was inspired by, can't remember. I think I was given an inspiration piece and the ripped edges just kind of like jumped out at me. So I'm going to distress this and add it to the back here. This is another Vicki Boutin Color Kaleidoscope paper. And I'm sorry, I didn't realize that a lot of the bottom portion of my like workspace was totally cut off. So you will see sometimes I'll go down there and do some work, and I'm sorry about that. Anyways, so you see me here going back to this page, trying to make it work. This was my idea at first, was to use the flowers here all along the border, and yeah, I just couldn't make it work. So then I was like, oh, I know, maybe it needs some pink, y'all. I flashed a little sketch that I had an idea of. I don't even know why I bothered, but yeah, so here I'm using the Vicki Boutin art crayons to try to make some pink, and I'm like, oh, that looks like a great pink. So I go ahead and mix it and add some water, and try to mush these little pieces in, add more pink, and I will put this on the page, and I absolutely do not like it at all. Like, looking at it here, it doesn't look so bad, but on the page, it just looked like a dull, muddy color, and I was just not happy at all. And this is the point in which I'm like, oh, I think I'm gonna have to make some modifications. So this video was originally filmed. I had this whole part edited, and well, not edited, I'm sorry. I did this whole part live because this was going to be a 15-minute Friday video. And I got through the 15 minutes, and you'll see here towards the end, I finish totally expecting to use this page. And I thought about it, tried, worked at it, and eventually just scrapped it. And you'll see that I'll go to my portion where I just totally went in another direction. So since I didn't like that pink so much, I decided to add more pink because, I mean, if you don't like it, just put more. I don't know. Y'all, I don't know what was going on. I think I was trying to rush this, and I just was not feeling this at all. I even went out and told my husband, I'm like, this page totally sucks, and I'm not happy, and I wanted to do this, and blah, blah, blah. And he was like, honey, just go in the room, take your time, there's no rush, enjoy yourself, and just, do your thing. But I just couldn't feel it. I totally had to walk away. I just walked away from it, ate dinner, and did something else. And then I came back the next day. So I did want to add a little piece of that pink paper that is also Vicki Boutin. All the papers here are Vicki Boutin that I'm using, the Color Kaleidoscope collection. These flowers are actually cut, fussy cut from a piece of 12 by 12 paper. So I did do that. Not sure what I'm doing. Oh, I think I went and found a picture. This is totally so I wasn't going to use that picture. I just needed the size of the picture. So yeah, you see me say bye. That was the end of the 15-minute Friday video. All right, so here I am. I took my scissors, I cut that page right on out, and took this off and went back to work. I fussy cut these hearts from a piece of the pattern paper, and I put them in color order with the stripes. So you'll see the green and the yellow, it lines up pretty well. I didn't have a duplicate green, so I just used that craft color one. This is a piece of the, I'm sorry, not a piece. This is the packaging from the ephemera, and I just loved it. I was like, I really like this pop of color. So let me go here. So I'm not going to even add any mixed media to this background at all. I just start working with this piece that I have, and just start laying things down. I really fiddled with it, but once I walked away and came back, I was much happier with the result that I was getting. So I'm gluing this down. You see me using this T-square. If you guys do not have a T-square ruler, oh, I was out of adhesive. It seemed like that was the other problem in this video, like it kept running out of adhesive. So you see on the back of that some of the scrapbook insert paper is cut off, and you can see it on the back, but I just cut it right down and then I glued two pieces back to back. So yeah, you can't really tell. The front page does have a little puffiness, but yeah, it worked out fine. So a lot of this video gets cut out because I just really struggled with this, and I thought I was videoing and I wasn't. So anyways, here's my picture. So this picture is from the one workout that I had done to this point during this whole social distancing thing. I decided that I'm going to use this insert as kind of like the chronicles of the coronavirus. And this was my first entry. And I really wanted to talk about how my routine has changed, because my kids are home and my gym is closed, and it's hard. It's a challenging season for a lot of different reasons, and I wanted to document that piece of it. So that's what I'm doing in this page. That piece, the tag is a piece of Vicki Boutin ephemera. The rainbow with the heart in the center is a puffy sticker from Vicki Boutin, and I'm just adding a little baker's twine here. I think this is just generic twine that I got at Michael's or Hobby Lobby in a big huge honkin' roll. So I'm going to tuck that piece here. The piece that says photographic evidence and that vellum piece that says right now is from Feed Your Craft, and I will link them down below. This is their newest kit. And I will add that link to the description box, so make sure you look down there, and that'll be in there. I will add another one of the journaling cards up top as well. And yeah, so I fiddle around with this piece, move the other piece. Honestly, looking back, any of these could work and would have worked in this area, but I don't know, this one was a struggle for me. I do end up putting it there at the bottom. I use the chipboard one and I put it at the bottom. Here I'm just going through the ephemera and seeing what else I can tuck in. I thought that was a good piece. I end up not using that bright piece because I want to keep them kind of like sort of neutral. I want the bright colors to be the rainbow on the side and the ephemera piece, and throw bits of rainbow. I don't want it to be every element has tons of color. Alright, so this is from the sticker book, and this is my EK Success powder tool, which is amazing. You just rub it on the back and it takes the sticky off so that you can move things around and then add adhesive to it when you're ready. and it will go right where you want it. And you won't have it stuck down in a weird, awkward place. So I'm doing the same thing with this piece and adding it. I kind of pull a few of the elements out and kind of move them around to see where I like them. So I ended up really liking how this came out, but it just goes to show, you know, I was gonna like not include all of this and just totally scrap this whole process video, but I wanted you to see that not everything starts and ends how we expect it. And I think in this season we need to give ourselves some grace as makers and artsy people, that we're in a weird place. We're in a weird time in history. We're in a weird season. And it's okay if things aren't going how we want them. It's okay to rip that page out and start all over again. It's okay to make something that you're not quite 100% woohoo jumping up and down with. And that's okay. And I wanted you to see that piece because not all of my stuff starts and ends how I expect. And I think it's important that we as makers share that with other people, because I think people who are just starting out think that it has to be a certain way, and it just isn't that way. This is supposed to be super simple, but I just really struggled with this whole spread, and I don't know if it was the topic or what, but you know, I move things around over and over and over again. But yeah, I just wanted you to see that piece of this, of my process. Here I'm adding that vellum pinked circle and the vellum circle that's underneath the photographic evidence there on the left. Those are both from Future Craft. They match that piece that says right now, and then up in the upper left hand corner you can see the other vellum pieces that come in this kit. This is a really good kit. I end up using actually 3 journaling cards. I use the photographic evidence. I use one that says details, and then on the other side, which I don't video, I don't even know if I include any of that process, I also cut up another journaling card and used it on there to create that black and white element. So I'm just gluing things down. I a lot of times will lay things all out and go back and glue them in. And my tweezers, y'all know, if you're new to my channel, one of the things that is a must-have tool for me are these tweezers, because it helps me move things around a lot. And as you can see, I move things around a lot. Oh my goodness. So, especially on this page, my goodness, I'm like making myself annoyed by watching this, because I feel like it shouldn't be this difficult, you know? It really shouldn't. But you know what? I like the process is what it is for me, and I like the end result, so it is what it is. And I'm gonna be gentle and give myself some grace and say it's okay. So, adding some more of these Vicki Boutin puffy stickers. I end up adding more to the heart, and these are the Future Craft stamp. They're created by, or designed by In a Creative Bubble, which is Geraldine Tsai, and she has a great shop if you like digital elements. She has lots of digital elements in her shop. So this is that details journaling card that I was telling you about. I cut it off and put that up top. I add a little flower and some more of that Today Was piece at the bottom. I think I cut that and used the bottom down there. Add some adhesive, and I do add the chipboard little pom-pommy thing, where I don't even see it on my screen, but I do add that in there as well. Move this around too. Oh gosh. Oh my gosh, this was such a struggle for me, guys. I don't know what it was, but just was having a hard time. There it is. I'm gonna add that down here. I add a little bit of adhesive. I tuck it down, and I add some adhesive to it so it can stick this bad boy down, and then I end up putting the puffy @ sign in the middle. I think I bring in one of the small floral things I had cut out, the little floral pieces that I had cut out from the 12 by 12 paper. I add another, I think I add one to the tag. I don't even know what I'm doing. Oh, putting a leaf there. Did I even leave that there? I don't remember. Y'all, this is a hot mess. I am a hot mess. That is for sure. I hope that you guys are having some fun creating during this time and maybe having more success than I did at this page. And it's funny because the page that I did right after this went by so quickly. I got it done so quick. So I don't know what it was. Oh, the camera, that's right. I do add the camera down there by the noted, right there, right there. I love that little Polaroid. All right, so here I'm gonna stitch down these hearts. So I will again fiddle with this. I'm messing with my, you can see my iPad that what I usually do is I put on YouTube videos or I watch lives on my iPad as I scrapbook. So I was probably like typing something, but here I am going to punch holes so that I can stitch, and I will stitch with black thread. This is my T-square ruler. The pink foam mat is by We Are Memory Keepers, and that little pokey tool is a Tim Holtz Tonic pokey piercer. And it actually, what I really like about it is it extends out. So you can put it small or you can make it larger. And if you make it longer, the circumference of your holes is just a little bit bigger. Sorry, my hair is like gray. What's going on? Oh my gosh, so funny. So yeah, I thought I'd leave this in. I punch every like 1/4 of an inch. And then I get my black thread, and I only use 3 strands. Normally I use all 6, but I thought this had enough bulk as it was, so I just used 3 on this one. See me probably struggle here too, because this whole thing was a struggle. Yeah, so this is the end, and I'm going to go ahead and put you back on slow motion here in real time so we can talk about the finished product. Okay, friends, so this is the final product. Totally started off totally different, but this is it. So this is the Heidi Swapp scrapbooker insert for the new storyline chapters. I kept this page blank. I'm going to do a title page, but here is the page. I stitched these flowers down, and then I added some elements from the Feed Your Craft kit, and then I added, this is a card, a 3x4 card that I cut apart and I put here, and then I did an Avery Index tab here that flips up to reveal my journaling, and I have it as Coronavirus Chronicles, but I think I'm going to change it to Quarantine Chronicles because I don't know, but we weren't quarantined at this point, so I think it's just going to be Coronavirus Chronicles. And then this is a piece of the Rainbow Burst paper that I just glued on, adhered on here, and I rounded the corners with a 1/4 inch punch. I will link all of the products that I use down below so that you can check them out. But this is the final product. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching this page evolve over time. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.